So I'm going to a meeting. I'm meeting with someone who I met on LinkedIn. And he's also a creative strategist. So hopefully, I don't know, something comes of it where we can work on something together. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been very discouraged the last little while because I got let go in March, end of March. And I just moved into my apartment in mid-December. And then a lot of other stuff came up, which maybe one day, if I'm comfortable, I'll vlog it or whatever. But yeah, so I've just been applying for jobs and doing spec projects and doing a lot of projects to build up my portfolio, to build up my agency's portfolio. And to be honest, it's just been rejection one after another. And then I'm trying to pivot with a different strategy, but not necessarily sure what that strategy is. So hopefully by talking to another professional in the field that we're very similar in our kind of like career trajectories, we just want to see if there's potential for collaboration or maybe working together. Another Jeep. What's up, man? Bro, if you don't say hi, you don't deserve a Jeep. Sorry. Can I get a grande dark roast with just regular milk? Oh, yeah, the milk.
Grande dark roast?
Yeah.
And with room, you can add them. That's all?
Yeah, that's all.
Would you like to change?
It'll be credit.
Right. It's ready for you.
Have you ever done a commercial before? Where it's like one type of client that I consistently work with? It's the style that I apply to different people.
Yes, right.
So like I'm a storyteller, I tell stories. I think the content for moms is really important now because moms have the title of giving up everything for your kids.
Yeah, they do.
But you need to fill your own cup for that overflow to give to everybody else.
Well, I think they shape who he is. Yep.
You're gonna make me cry.
I learned my hard lessons too. Yeah. It's true.
I know.
It's true.
Yeah. Wow.
I feel like I sat down and I just completely distracted.
You want to
from
know something crazy? I was supposed to have a meeting with someone today, and he canceled on me last minute. I literally came, and then I'm also very emotional. That's why I can be a storyteller. But I literally came, and then I was like, call him, and I'm like, hey, I'm here. Like, what can I get you? And he goes, oh, I'm sorry, I can't come. Like, I'm at the vet with my dog. And I'm a dog lover, like, through and through, so I understand. But I just sat there and I was like,
shit, like, do I go home? What do I do?
what do
So,
I
like,
do?
I got a coffee, I sat outside. I looked at the road, I was uncomfortable. I came inside, I was uncomfortable. And then you sat down, and I was like, okay, like, it's not that bad. I don't need to run away. I don't need to, you know?
No.
But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. That's exactly what it is. Like, even if you're straying away from the path, you're being brought back to it
Yes.
at some point or
Yes.
another.
You know, it takes so much courage. It does, and I know it does. Oh my god. Did you? But I think you should be so proud of yourself. I only met you today, but I'm so proud of you. And that helps. That helps. It takes a lot of courage to break away from it.
Wow. What an interesting day. I came here with the intention for a meeting, and then he canceled on me. Not that it was intentional, because I understand what it's like to have a dog accident and then be so scared about what's gonna happen. It preoccupies your mind. I get it. I'm not upset. I was a little bummed because I kind of just felt like, you know, what now sort of thing. But instead I met a lady at Starbucks. And I say lady, but she's like practically my age. I met another soul at Starbucks. And, boop! Yeah, so, yeah, I met her at Starbucks and she made me cry. And I don't want to go home and talk about it because it was it's just such a beautiful conversation when you meet good people, you know, like, and there's good people everywhere. You just have to find them. And I think the problem is, like, everyone is so independently in their own lane. Everything is about the self, that having these insightful conversations with people has become so rare that when it does happen, you just want to, like, absorb every single moment of that. And also, you want to be friends with them for the rest of your life. And I told her, I said, you know, when I meet people like you, immediately I just want to be friends with you for the rest of my life. And I have to accept the fact that when you meet people on your path, on your journey, it's not going to be it's always going to be for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. You can't be friends and can't hold on to every single good thing that happens, because then, you know, you don't appreciate the moments. Like, I think everything comes in waves, just like how joy is never, it's not 100, you're not going to have joy for the rest, like every single day nonstop for the rest of your life. You can't hold on to joy that much. You can't hold on to anger all day, every day for the rest of your life. Like, there's peaks and valleys, and there's ups and downs. Everything has, we live in a world of duality. But yeah, it was so beautiful to meet someone else who understood me in a way that she didn't need to know me. Like, I felt like my soul met another soul and we were seeing each other. And I kept getting goosebumps, and she kept providing she was just validating a lot of thoughts for me, in the way where I just felt like I can't make this shit up. And I'm a strong believer in people are channels for the messages that you need to learn and you need to know. And today, being not rejected, I don't want to call it rejected, because it was just a redirection, but it was a confirmation that all of these ideas that I have to shut down my agency, and all of these thoughts that keep coming up where I want to shut down my agency, it's becoming more and more validated. Don't get me wrong. I love being an artist. I love being a creator, a photographer, a cinematographer, like anything. You give me a camera in my hand, I'm having the time of my life. Mind you, I'm not the best when it comes to sitting in front of it. But I am accepting the terms that this season of my life having my agency that I started during COVID might be coming to an end. And I've been hitting more resistance than anything else. And I'm one to recognize when resistance is happening, a block is happening, not because of it, not because of my doing, but because there's a shift, an unexplainable shift that's happening that I can't change. It's like you see an end coming, like you're in a relationship with someone. I don't know if you've experienced this, but it's like when you're in a relationship with someone and you just know that it's coming to an end. It's an intuitive practice, and I think I've been through so many phases of that in different aspects in my life that I can recognize when something is ending, when it's like just introducing itself as like the beginning of the end. And so I'm talking to this lady, and it just so happens to be the day after I posted my first vlog. I mean, I posted vlogs before, but it was never with the intention of what I'm trying to do now. It was just like, oh, I want to teach photography. I want to teach people how to do this and this. I'm over that. There's plenty of amazing videographers out there who can teach beautiful photography skills and videography techniques and technical stuff and whatever. That's great. That's their niche. That's not going to be mine, because that is not for me. I have a lot of patience. I love teaching, don't get me wrong, but that is not for me at this current stage of my life. She turns to me and she sees my camera pointing at me, asks me questions about the camera, showed her how it works. And then she goes, you should do this more. What? What are you talking about? I just posted a vlog. How do you know that? And we end up talking. We talk about everything. We ended up talking about relationships, business, self-development, spiritual development, personal development, what it means to take accountability, kids, family, parents. We talked about absolutely everything. And the validation that I got from this stranger was to continue to tell my story. And I think one of these days I will. But what I gathered from this encounter, and I think I want to be very clear, right? So the reason why I'm recording it in my car as opposed to going home and processing it and talking about it there is because I don't want to ruminate on a memory. I want to talk about my feelings. And I don't want to censor any of the shit. So if I stutter, I stutter. If I'm clear, I'm clear. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, see you later. I'm not going to censor any of this. I'm not going to take up the ums. I'm not going to no. I met this woman. She made me cry, because another example of my life that God is leading me. Whether you believe it or not, I believe it. If you're down for it, we can have that conversation. Great. There are so many instances in my life where all I can say was God did that. That had nothing to do with me. Actually, funny enough, I was supposed to meet this person on Monday, but then I ended up having to do a shoot for a friend of mine, and I had to cancel on him a few days before the shoot. We were supposed to meet here on Monday. And then we ended up having a shoot. I ended up having to do the shoot and reschedule. So we rescheduled to today. I come here, I give him a call, and I say, hey, I'm a little bit early. There's no rush. What can I get you? He goes, I'm so sorry, but I won't be there. I'm like, so I sat there, uncomfortable. Half of my ass was ready to get off the chair. Literally, like I was sitting on the edge of the seat, ready to leave at any given moment. The barista was really loud, so I was like, okay, let me get my coffee. Let me go sit outside in the patio. Let me sit in the patio and let me just do my work. Okay, so I'm doing my work. I'm trying to do my work. 18-wheeler drives by, so loud, so overstimulating. I was just so annoyed. And then I go back inside. And I sit in the corner and I prop up my camera. I'm doing my work. This girl sits beside me. This lady sits beside me, and she goes, she keeps looking over. And I reassured her. I said, I'm not recording you. The camera's pointing towards me. She goes, no, I'm just interested about your camera. I've been there since 10:30. It is now 1:15. I just left 10 minutes ago. We were talking this whole time. And I did record some of the conversation. You won't hear it, but you can see the joy in my face that I went from scared and overwhelmed and miserable to, you can see it in my shoulders, you can see it in my face, you can see it in my eyebrows, like I just relaxed, because I actually, even if that door of my potential collaboration with this person may be on pause right now, I'm not going to say it's closed, but maybe it's on pause right now, that redirected door took me to this conversation with this woman who had validated this journey that I just started, and I just posted it a few hours ago. I can't make this shit up, bro. So much of my life has been like this. I can't even begin to explain how many times I've been in a situation where I can say, God did that. Literally, God did that. And it's made me more intuitive. Absolutely more intuitive, because I observe, I pick up the patterns. I could have very well caved to my fight or flight mode at that given moment when I wanted to flee the situation of, oh, I'm here, I'm rejected, it's so loud, it's overstimulating, I want to go home, I'm going to sit on my couch and I'm going to do my research on my couch. And I said to myself, I'm like, no, you're not doing that. You're not caving into the thoughts, cave into the feelings. What is your feelings telling you right now? Not my feelings of my heart and my mind, like generic feelings. I'm talking about intuitively, what am I feeling right now? Intuitively, I felt called to stay. And it was a calm thought. It wasn't an overwhelming thought where I just needed to leave. It was very calm. And so I stayed. And look where it led me to. It was a confirmation. Maybe the person is not actually deliberately giving me something, or she's not, there's no transaction being had, but it was a conversation that I felt like I needed at that moment, where I was frustrated from being rejected, which is a thought. It's not the reality. It was just a thought. Feeling rejected and wanting to get into my car and go home. So these activities that I do, or these responses, I don't know if I want to say responses, but these reactions that I have, intuitive reactions, is what strengthens my intuition. And in those moments where I really doubt myself, and I really scare myself into to shrink myself in the way that I view myself. Does that make sense? So instead of if this woman, I've never met her before, if I see this woman and she looks at me and she says, I see your immense potential, what is she seeing that I don't? So how am I going to get out of that? How do I force my thoughts to get out of those limiting beliefs that I have of myself? And every single day it's become a practice. Simultaneously having to survive this world, but also having to navigate this newer version of myself. Who is that? Who is she? I mean, ultimately at the end of this, whatever this is going to be, is 14 minutes of me rambling, but I am continuing to lead. I am continuing to move forward in my life in the way that God is leading me to. And He is giving me ample opportunities in the way that He thinks it's best for me. I have no idea that it's going to work out for me. But if He's closing a door for my agency and He's opening something else, let's explore that. Let's see what's going on. I'm curious. I'm at this point in my life more curious than I am anything else. So I met a soul today at Starbucks that made me cry, because I, for a while now, have felt invisible to the world, and to see another stranger with a big heart, the way she talked, she sounded just like me. To meet another stranger and for her to validate me, and she saw me, she saw my soul, she saw my spirit. God is really having my back. And every single time that I doubt Him, I want to come back to this video and I'm going to remind myself, Noosh, get it together. You've come this far and it wasn't by you. I can say that for a fact. I've come this far in my life for so many different things. I can wholeheartedly say that it wasn't me. It was God that guided me through all of it. So, hope this helps. Ciao.
Stop. Stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? Step up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, jump. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you find it fun like that? Is it pretty? Yeah, you should